Sorry. I apologize for my handwriting. I have to check my privilege. I don't usually use like physical writing implements, so I apologize. I know, it's awful. So when I was in 11th grade, I had this like stupidly lucky opportunity to go on a biking tour of Western Ireland because my brother-in-law did IT for this bike tour company, and they send all of their employees on their trips because they want them to be able to talk knowingly about them. And so my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, you like Ireland? Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Sure," because I had the utmost respect for Irish culture at the time, which at that point, as a 16-year-old, meant I liked wearing newsboy hats, and I listened to the Pogues, which is better than some, but at least I also like flogging Molly. So the point of this was I had an awareness about what I would come to learn is called paddywhack, which is what Irish people often refer to Americanized, overproduced, overzealous Irishization of their culture in America. And so it was an amazing opportunity. I got to spend a lot of time alone. It was kind of a transformative, 60 is a transformative time in anybody's life. And so I'd spend these afternoons biking the Irish countryside, often by myself. And then on the second night, I kind of got to know the people on the tour a little bit better. And I realized pretty soon, but I was the only person under 40 on the tour, which is fine. But I got introduced to this woman who I'm going to call Gretchen. And my first interaction with Gretchen was at breakfast. Had our traditional Irish breakfast with our black pudding and our white pudding, and we didn't ask what the black pudding actually was because we didn't want to know. We just ate it, and it was delicious. But we were talking about where we were from, and I had made some, passing reference to hanging out with my friends at the mall, yada yada, something typically 16-year-old. And Gretchen stops me and was like, "What is it with your generation always using like and like this and like that? Like, just say what you mean." And I responded, it's like not that bad, like, I don't know, like, and she goes, oh, you just did it again. And I just it just went into myself. And from that point on, I reserved the special kind of hatred that a 16-year-old can only feel for something 15 years older than it or older, It's just like that moment where you're just like, oh, they don't understand me. I'm here, I'm trying to be myself. I'm like out in this beautiful country, and they're not letting me be me because I'm a 16-year-old white kid, whatever. So it goes on like this. I don't talk to Gretchen because every time I'm out in the countryside, I hear in my mouth, I hear my voice, I hear in my head, just like this, like that. And when it comes to the end of the tour, we're in a town called Cong, Ireland, and its only claim to fame is that it was the place where John Wayne filmed The Quiet Man, if anyone's familiar with that. I hadn't seen it either. They had a one-room museum dedicated to it, but it was a very authentic place. And so we were in this pub, this place where you would actually see authentic Irish music, and they were accepting requests for people to come up and sing a song, which is pretty intimidating for a place that doesn't get a lot of tourists. And Gretchen stands up, and she waltzes up to the top of where the musicians are, and she has this admittedly elegant grace about her. And I'm kind of sinking into my seat. And I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be good. She's gonna put me in my place. Because I'd been hating her from afar for so long. And what's the most paddywhack, stereotypical song someone could ask to sing in an authentic Irish place? Danny Boy, you got it. A song written by an Englishman for an American-Irish audience that has nothing to do with Ireland. And she wants to sing it in this pub. And I go, oh, okay, all right. Let's do this. And she starts to sing, and it is awful. Imagine an opera singer underwater with two cats with her who can't breathe underwater, who are also trying to sing opera. And this is what you would have. She had to stop 3 times because she came in at the wrong time in the music. And I won't sing the chorus because rules, but suffice it to say there's a moment in the chorus when she hits up high, as everybody knows the chorus of the song, and it could have broken glass. And this whole time I'm thinking I'm gonna love it. I'm thinking this is the best moment of my life, of my 16-year-old life. And I'm just suddenly realizing that maybe this 70-year-old woman is on this trip alone. Why is she there alone? Like, why is she singing a sad song alone on a trip, alone, in front of everybody that she doesn't, all these people that she spent time with? And I mustered all my strength after she came back. I could see the fear in her eyes as she was singing it, and she realized that she was bombing. And she got through one verse. The musicians kind of did the ring out thing to let her know, okay, it was good. She sits down. I swallow what was remaining of my 16-year-old strength at the time. And I lean over and I say, that was pretty good. Thanks.